Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad here this morning. Got a great show lined up, a special guest here in the studio. But first, let's take care of the weather. Brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning up there in Southport. Drew Pollard, a hard-working group up there taking care of all your air conditioning needs. High today is seasonal, is what the meteorologists call it, but really it's only getting up to 86, 87 here on the coast. The low's going to be 74. Water temperature is what really jumped up. Folks, it's 85 at the end of the pier, according to the little NOAA buoy they put out there. 85 degrees is warm in the Gulf of Mexico. Our river reading brought to us by Mountain Dew. On the outdoors of Mountain Dew. Take a look at the Apalachicola at Bluntstown, going down just a little bit. The river's in good shape now. I'm telling you, it's at right at 9 foot, but it's dropping a little bit. The Choctahatchee at Caryville, let's take a look at it. It's going up with that rain last week. We anticipated that. The weekend is pretty high, but now middle of the week it's going to be right at 10 foot. Looks like it's going to be dropping for the weekend coming up. Our tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn right here on 23rd Street. Good folks over there. Good strong tide. It's going to be high at 11:41, so it's coming in all morning. It's going to be low tonight at 10:15 tonight. Okay, the wind, you can guess it. It's again seasonal wind. This summer wind coming in, always coming in south-southeast, unless the big storm is by south-southeast at 9. All right, we're going to take a break and come back with our special guest. Welcome back. Our guest this morning, so glad to have Coach Andy Siegel. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, Coach. I appreciate it.
Listen, I'm an old coach and all, and you sit down and start talking to, I wouldn't say former coaches, but he's still coaching North Bay Haven up there, and we got him on the show. We'll talk about some things, and we've been talking. He's been a coach in a long time. The head football coach there now. We're going to talk about one of the fundraisers y'all have coming up soon.
Yes,
but tell the folks a little bit about yourself. And when you say coaching now, I've been around coaches all my life, but I don't think I've ever been around a guy that's coached this many places around the United States of America. So tell us about it.
Yeah, well, first of all, I've literally coached at every single level there is, from youth football to the Canadian Football League, which is professional, Division I, Division II, junior college, Division III, NAIA, high school as an assistant for Perry Brown at Pasco, head football coach in Florida at Key West, Venice, Miami Coral Park, Boynton Beach, North Bay Haven. So been a head high school coach in Wisconsin for 1 year. It was just too cold. I couldn't deal with it.
Yeah.
So, I've been a lot of different places for high school, for college. I'll probably forget about 3 or 4 along the ways, but I know I was offensive coordinator at Savannah State University, which is Division I. Mm-hmm. I was offensive coordinator at East Mississippi, offensive coordinator at the University of Nebraska at Kearney, offensive coordinator at College of Sequoias in California, interim head coach, offensive coordinator at Dodge City Community College in Kansas, assistant coach at Southern Arkansas University, Southern Mississippi, Winona State University in Minnesota, Quincy University in Illinois.
Goodness gracious.
And Coach, I'm probably forgetting a few. And then I was an assistant with the Toronto Argonauts in the Canadian Football League. We lost the Grey Cup game, but it was a great experience.
Boy, I'm telling you, what a resume. I can see where a principal sitting down looking at, well, yeah, we'll hire you, look at this. And you ended up in this area because, say, Perry Brown?
Perry Brown and Dwight Thomas.
Okay.
When I got, it's a funny story. I was offensive coordinator at Savannah State, and as you know in athletics, if the head coach cusses out the AD, everybody else is going to be fired within about 48 hours.
That's right.
It usually happens. So I watched our head coach get fired through the window, and then AD came in and said, all you guys are fine until we figure out what we're going to do. And then he pointed at me. He said, your contract's good for a year. I'm giving you an oral contract right now, as long as you don't look for another job. I said, yes, sir, I won't. And I didn't. I sat there, did exactly what he told me. New head coach came in, I guess a year in Georgia is really a month. So our contract was good for a month.
That's coaching.
And out the door we went. So Dan Mullins offered me a job at Mississippi State.
Yeah.
So I was going to take the job, but the thing is my sons are wrestlers and football players.
Yeah.
My older son was a varsity wrestler in Nebraska. My younger one, Bear Bryant, was a club wrestling in Nebraska at the time. And there's only one state in America that does not have wrestling, and that's Mississippi. So I had to decide, do I
didn't know that.
take it away from them
Yeah.
for my own career, or do what's right for your family? So, you know, I've always been taught families first, and learned from some great coaches and my parents along the way. And I said, all right, career's over. And I told my wife, find a school that's on water, that's got wrestling and got football, and they're looking for a head coaching job. She sent me to Racine, Wisconsin. Well,
I had water.
it was water, but it's frozen water. And I said, I can't do this.
You got to be exact.
So what I told her is, after that, I said, look, we're going back to Florida.
Yeah.
I said, that's where we started. That's where I met her.
Right.
That's where my first good coaching job was with Perry Brown at Pasco High School. So I said, I'm going back. So I called up Dwight Thomas and Perry Brown, and I said, hey, let me know if there's any jobs. And Perry said, there's a little old school right down the street from my house that's looking for a head football coach. I said, which one? He said, North Bay Haven. I said, you mean Bay? He said, North Bay Haven. I said,
you
I've
were
never
a
heard
recruiter,
of it.
so you've been through this area a lot.
I
so
had,
you knew
but
the area.
I didn't know North Bay Haven.
Right.
Didn't know it existed. So I said, Coach, I know Arnold, I know Mosley, I know Rutherford, I know Bay, I know Bozeman. I said, what's North Bay Haven? He goes, well, it's kind of like Bozeman and
Yeah, so that's
how he described it to me. Then Dwight gave me a couple other jobs and this one, and said, check them all out. I checked them all out. Everybody offered me the job. And then it came down to where I felt most comfortable. Well, when I got to meet the administration and everybody, it was the family atmosphere they have at North Bay Haven. Just kind of sold me on the small school family atmosphere that, you know, they really stress positive values. And I just kind of felt like, well, with my son couldn't go to school there, that's the environment I need. And then it was a great opportunity because they allowed junior high athletes to compete on high school because it's a K through 12. And I said, wow, that's pretty neat.
That's
I've
a good
never
deal
seen
there,
that
too.
before. So let me go do that. And then, you know, I've always loved Panama City. And, you know, I signed pretty good. Tim Pope was the last guy I signed out. Actually, Kyrie would be.
Yeah, Tim Pope.
Kyrie Thornton out of Bay. I had at Southern Miss, and Tim Pope I had at Dodge City after he left LSU. So I knew really great athletes you got in this town.
Yeah.
And not just that, the toughness. They're physically tougher when you get them out of this area. You know, they talk about South Florida speed, but Panhandle kids are just physically tougher than those guys.
That's
and
amazing.
higher character.
Now that's coming from a well-traveled coach that knows kids all across America. I've heard this before from recruiters as they come in, when they come in our school and all, and we just had that one common denominator. They've always said that. Exactly what you said. That's
it's the toughness and it's the work ethic.
Yeah.
You know, you can get a kid out of Miami, and I'm not trying to rip Miami high school football. I coached down there, Miami Coral Park. But the speed they got down there, it's amazing. It's better than anywhere else, maybe in the country.
Yeah.
But the kids here are not much slower, if not the same speed.
Yeah.
Just not as many of them as fast.
That's cool.
But the difference is the kids in Miami have been kind of allowed to do what they want. Kids, you ain't getting that up here. These kids have been given discipline by football coaches.
That tells you a lot right there. And plus, here in Bay County, we have outdoor education. All right, so we're gonna take a quick break, come back and show you some pictures, some outdoor stuff. We'll be right back. Now, welcome back. Talking about a game on to last year. You don't want to talk about it. Liberty County and North Bay Haven. And I knew boys on both sides of the ball, and it was really, really enjoyable game. And the Watts kid at quarterback, I know him. He did good.
He played tough. And what killed us is a kid on the other sideline, McFadden for Liberty County.
Yeah, he was.
His daddy played for me at Pasco.
It's amazing how we all tied together. And the Watts kids, his mom and dad went to Mosley, had them in class and all. Anyway, let's get back. Look, we coaches and outdoorsmen are known for doing good things for the community, for helping each other out. Now we got it coming up this Friday night. This is really why we have them on. We could talk about the next 3 hours talk about football, but we want to talk about coming up Friday night. We got here charity dinner and auction. Coach, tell us about this.
Yeah, you know, I got involved with this organization called Coaches for Curing Cancer a few years ago. When I was coaching at Savannah State, they had done a charity dinner / coaching clinic, asked me to speak, and then a friend of mine, Willie Fritz, who's now at Tulane, who was at Georgia Southern at the time, we spoke, and we both decided right then and there we were going to get involved with this organization. So what I've done is we've kind of taken the Florida chapter over, and we run the auction for them, the charity dinner auction, and what we do is we raise money for them and for North Bay Haven. But what's really neat with Coaches for Curing Cancer is all the money raised in that area goes directly to that area to a local cancer patient. So we've, every year we target a cancer patient, And hopefully one day we won't be able to do that.
Right.
That'd be great. And then we raise funds, and then a percentage of the funds we raised at the auction, after we pay all the bills, goes to that person, and then goes to our football program to help fund it. So it's a really neat deal. And you know, we've had some great speakers. We had Bobby Bowden our first year, then we had Charlie Ward. Last year, COVID eliminated it.
Yeah.
But last year, we decided enough Seminoles, we were going to go the Gator route and start getting some Gator folks in there. And some of the speakers we've had lined up have been great just this year due to the COVID restrictions and having to push back, waiting to see what was going to happen. You know, we lost a couple speakers like Mark Rick, and some other folks like that, and Danny Werfel, and Rex Ryan was going to speak, the New York Jets coach, who was a teammate of mine.
Yeah.
So it's come down to, you know, I said, I'm going to go get a friend of mine who's had to overcome some great medical stuff, and that's Art Kehoe, who was a legendary University of Miami offensive line coach.
Yes.
And what's unique about Art is he played at Miami, GA'd at Miami, stayed at Miami, has been a part of every national champion from Coach Schnellenberger all the way through.
No kidding, I didn't realize that.
Yes,
wow.
sir. He was an offensive lineman.
Wow, the whole part of playing. Oh,
When
wow.
Mark Rick was a quarterback, he was an offensive guard.
Wow. What a legendary. So he hit Florida State, had some Florida people in line, then you got Miami, so you get a whole gamut. But well, and it's going to start, and he's going to do the talking.
He's going to do the talking. He's going to give a little inspirational talk. He's going to have a meet and greet beforehand, shake hands.
Yeah.
And we're trying to trick him into Saturday because he's staying to come do a little offensive line camp clinic stuff for us. I mean, you got a guy like that, might as well use him.
Yeah, just tell me you're going fishing or something. Just I'm going to swing by. We're going to swing by one spot before we go fishing. That is so good. Just appreciative of y'all doing something like this. And it starts at what time now?
Starts at 5 p.m. And we got some unbelievable items. In fact, you talked about fishing just now. Well, Kitchen Pass Charters donated a charter fishing trip for this.
Okay.
So that's one of the things. You know, Captain 2 donated that. Does a great job. I know my kids went out fishing with him and loved it. And he's donated a trip on there, so that's pretty cool.
So all these will be auctioned out.
We've got a all expense paid trip, Coach, for 5 days, air included, to Cancun, Mexico.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, sir.
Oh my goodness. That sounds Cancun. Right? That sounds fun. All right, listen. So how do they get tickets? They can just call North Bay Haven School.
They go to Eventbrite, which is right on the bottom of the flyer.
Okay.
And they just click right there, and they can see that little scan deal. I don't know how that works, but they can do something with their phone right there and hit it there, and they can get tickets online. Tables are available.
Okay.
You know, I would encourage them to buy tickets today because they've got to get a number out to the caterer pretty quick.
That's great, and I know y'all are excited about that, and
oh yes, sir.
It's going to be fun following y'all this year, since I know so many players, and we got a Burnham kid that plays for you. Tell us about. I know the daddy played a little bit of ball, but Ben Burnham's son. Tell us about the Burnham kid. I got a picture of him. He's one thing as an outdoorsman. He's on the skeet team.
Oh yeah, that's Brandon, and I tell you what, Brandon's the strongest guy that I've seen in a squatty body. I mean, he's powerful, and that worries me that the guy next to him is about to get that 12 gauge inside his head.
This is up at a shooting range. And what's cool? One of the cool things about North Bay Haven is they had this skeet shooting team, and I went up there. That's the day I was up there, and the Burnham kid. Let's see, we got a.
That's Ben.
Now Ben caught these when the other day or just the other day. Now
he's actually working some exercises right there. See how he's holding the redfish with his fingers like that? He's working his finger grip so he can hold them.
And where's he going to be play ball or?
West Virginia Wesleyan.
Football scholarship up there, Virginia Wesleyan. So that's Ben's boys. And let's see, we got a. All right, who's this guy?
That's me catching nice bass down in Sebring off Lake Istabaga.
Where's that? Oh, down there.
It's down in Lake Placid.
Right in Lake Placid.
My in-laws have a house right there. That's where they live, and so that's literally right off their dock.
I've been all around that lake, and I never knew how to pronounce it. How do you pronounce it?
Istabaga, I think. I could be wrong. There's a football coach that's a charter captain down there named Mike Cassidy.
Okay.
He's coached at Louisville, Oklahoma State, and he keeps telling me how to say it.
I think that's a Native American word for big fish.
That'd be called Lake Placid. Lake Okeechobee.
Lake Okeechobee, that's right. All right, what about this one?
Now that's I thought it was going to be a purebred, but we can see with the face that it's not. That was a hog that I shot right out there in Stark.
Okay. Stark, that's football country over there.
Yes, sir.
What is this thing?
We don't know. That's why I thought you'd like that.
Okay, well, we want one of our viewers, but y'all have to identify this for us. We're not sure what it is.
So it's got wings, as you can see, and it's got legs, and it was caught right off the fort at St. Augustine. I was with a couple of coaches from St. Augustine, Joey Wiles and Joey Lippo, and
you sure they didn't shoot one of the birds and put the leg on them?
Coach, that's on my wall of the house, because I said I've never seen anything like that. So it's got the wings out, and we call it a dorkfish because we don't know what it is.
It's weird. Okay, that's a nice buck.
Yes, sir. That's a nice whitetail. Again, over in Stark, went with another football. I'm always hunting with football coaches. I just noticed that.
I understand.
As I'm saying that, it starts coming out.
I do that too.
But that was with Buddy Nobles, rest in peace, who just recently passed away, that took me out. And that's just a giant flounder.
Yeah.
See, if you want to catch a fillet of fish, that's what it looks like right there, just a little bitty flounder.
Hey, you got a Southern Miss shirt on.
Yes, sir. I was coaching at Southern Miss that time, and I probably was supposed to be out recruiting, and I was out fishing.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, then we got the charity auction, and we talked about that. So that one thing about being well-traveled, you get to hunt and fish in some cool areas.
Oh, now let me tell you something. I've got to fish in Lake Ontario, which was amazing.
Yeah.
The muskies and the northerns.
Yeah.
Coach, I've whitetail hunted in Winona, Minnesota, which has got, you might as well call them elephants. They ain't deer. They're monsters. Dodge City, Kansas. Yeah. Kearney, Nebraska. Been pheasant hunting in both those places. Yeah. Huge, huge, huge deer.
Oh, wow.
Thick necks. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, okay. We're going to take our final break. We'll come back and talk about some of the big things, also some other cool things coming up. So we'll be right back with Coach Andy. All right, welcome back. Here with Coach Andy Siegel, head football coach at the North Bay Haven Buccaneers. And on your staff, you've got some good folks and all. I know Terry Tatum sort of helps. How does Terry help?
Terry's our team chaplain and works with our junior high quarterbacks, does a great job. You know, Mosley stand out, so we like to have him. And we got some other, we got Tars Ross, the kids played at Bay. He played for us at Pasco and played for the Gators at tight end. Yeah. He's our tight end coach.
So you got some good folks. Terry Tatum, he's my neighbor also. I aggravate him about mowing his yard all the time, but he's a great guy. He and his high school sweetheart. And okay, he married her and Timothy, his son. Okay.
That's right.
Talking about good things, let's look at fishing game time from Blue Water Outriggers. Let's do that first. We're looking at 2:33 to 4:33 this morning, and tonight, after lunch, 2:57 to 4:57. And you sort of have to work, you know, on fishing time, you got to work around your football schedule. You can't really just go, you got to do football first and fish second.
Sometimes you can move the football schedule around.
I've known coaches actually do that. So that's funny. Let's talk about another fundraiser real quick. I want to mention Liberty County Bulldogs. They're having this Saturday, I mentioned this last week, this Saturday, their big fishing tournament. It's a fundraiser for the program and all. It's at a Bristol boat landing. It's a $100 entry per boat. And youth prizes, it's a win-win for everybody. $1,000 first place. Register at 5 a.m. Panhandle Outdoors will be on location at the weigh-in. We're going to interview folks up there, interview the winners and all, and we're going to be up there seeing everybody at 12 noon. That's Eastern time now. That's fast time, okay, not slow time. Okay, Coach, I know you got all kinds of things coming up, so we're talking. You got to come back on. We'll do another hunting show. We'll get close to it. But in your coaching career, I know you've seen how football sports have helped so many young men in all kinds of situations. I know you've witnessed that. You've seen it. Yeah,
I guess I can use his name now. I had a running back who was, until a couple years ago, the second all-time leading rusher in Florida high school history. His name was Gerard Jackson. He came out of Palm Bay High School. And we want to talk about a guy who can catfish now. Coach, he noodles. He sticks his hand down in there and grabs them suckers. Okay. But Gerard's parents had passed away during his high school career, and he kind of bounced around. And when he graduated, he signed with UCF and then never went and never could figure out why. So I was out recruiting when I was coaching at Dodge City Junior College, and I said something when I was in the area about Gerard, and they said, oh, he works over cleaning boats. So I went over to where the boatyard was, and here he was, big sucker cleaning boats. Yeah. I said, Gerard, where are you staying? And he pointed to an old rotten boat. He was sleeping in the rotten boat. Wow. So long story short, I signed Gerard, put him on scholarship, got him a job working in Dodge City, and you know, the young man got an associate's degree. He is now the #2 all-time leading rusher in JUCO history behind Mike Rozier,
Well, no kidding.
who won a Heisman.
Yeah.
Gerard signed with the University of Illinois, went up there, and then see Gerard's a kind-hearted guy, so if you're even distantly related to him, he's going to take you in.
Yep.
So he took in probably 4 or 5 cousins, their kids, so he just couldn't go to school anymore, so he left there, went to Newberry in South Carolina, got his degree, and he works in a steel factory out there running it and taking care of them, and he's always sending me pictures. But that's an example of a guy, and there's other ones. There's a kid, Walter Washington, we had a quarterback in Daytona. The other guy was homeless. You know, football and the outdoors can change people's lives.
Yeah.
You know, in Gerard's case, it was both. Because I would ask him, what were you doing for food during this time? He said, Coach, I got all the food in the world. He pointed to a river and he pointed to the water. He said, that's all the food I need.
There you go. I love testimonies like this. We're talking about on this show real life, real people, real situations, and we're bringing something like that. What a great story. And you look about, you know, you mentioned football and outdoors, how it can help people out. And that's why we're so pro outdoors, and we talk about it all the time. We talked about it yesterday on the show for young people. Well, you look at your school, you have a skeet shooting club up there.
Yes, sir.
I know the marine biology class, I've been with them. They're planting grass out there in this bays.
And I'm pushing them to start bass fishing team right now.
We will definitely get a bass fishing team at North Bay Haven, because I know that Liberty County has one, and several schools around are having them. So that
we need that bad.
Yes. So you've seen how the outdoors has helped people.
Yes, sir.
So we appreciate you. Appreciate y'all, what y'all are doing this Friday night for Coaches for Cure Cancer. That's an awesome job, and those kind of good things we're talking about. People as a community, as school systems, all doing things to help our fellow man. And then an example of there, that the homeless young man. Look out! That you don't put a price tag on that.
No.
You just you've done something like that. So, Coach, thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, we're going to follow y'all now. We're going to catch some of your games. I got a lot of games to go to this fall, right? But I'm going to sure watch the other.
Well, I know you'll be at the Liberty County game, and that's over there. So
I will be there. In fact, my niece is a cheerleader. She's a senior this year for Liberty County, so I got to come. That'd be a good one to go to. So give me that date, and we'll go there.
Yes, sir.
Thank y'all so much for watching Panhandle Outdoors. We love bringing this show to you. Do something good today for your fellow man. You have a great day, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.